searching every corner of the world for you. I know to find you, darling. You'll be mine and I'll be yours. Finders, keepers, think I'll keep her. One out of a million doesn't sum it up. I trade my gold and silver for a treasure to find your love. You're the diamond, I'm the rough.
늦어가지고 그래? 아.
Falling sand, I'm sinking in your hourglass. Spending every second trying to pour my heart into your hands.
축하드립니다.
와.
Chance. Think I just found my lucky charm. Twist on the right kind of shooting star down to earth. It's such an irony. Guess that's
열병 1년차다, 열병 1년차.
너무 부러워요. 저녁도 하시고. 저는 언제 저녁할런지.
of the world for you. I know to find you, darling. You're my rainbow, part of gold. Love the thought of growing old. No lucky me, found a
이 양반이 얼마나 놀린지 몰라요, 진짜.
제가요?
네.
제가 또 뭘 놀렸다고
이
그래요?
양반이 얼마나 놀린지 몰라요, 진짜.
years. Finders, keepers, think I'll keep her. Kiss you on the cheek in the photo booth. Shower you in lavender.
저녁 선물로 저를 들고
lace.
딱 그 멘트 할 것 같아, 지금. 리본 한 거.
Yeah,
형은
it's
여성하다,
all
진짜.
I wanna do. Close to you ain't close enough, feels miles away. It only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Cause no one else could ever make me feel.
저녁하니까 기분이 어때요?
아직은 좀 잘 안 믿겨가지고.
아 그쵸.
짜릿하죠.
이틀. 뭐 할 거예요 이제?
저요?
네.
뭐, 지금요?
지금 말고 이제 저녁 했으니까.
Twist on the right kind of shooting star down to earth. It's such an irony. Guess that's why
지금 말고 이제 저녁 했으니까.
저녁 했으니까?
네.
일단 좀, 뭐, 뭐 해야겠죠? 이제.
그쵸?
많이
뭐
쉬었어요.
해야죠,
뭐.
그쵸. 사실 네. 열심히 파이팅 하시고.
네.
my blue moon, searching every corner of the world for you. I know to find you, darling. You're my rainbow.
형 지금도 아직까지 약간 그 열정, 에너지 파이팅 있어요?
지금 제 눈을 보면 몰라요?
눈이 쾌하네. 없어 보여서요. 눈이 쾌해.
그게 정답이에요.
I'll never leave you, baby. You'll be mine and I'll be yours. Finders, keepers, think I'll keep her. My blue moon, searching every corner of the world for you. I know to find you, darling. You're my rainbow, part of gold. Love the thought of growing old. No lucky me, found a four-leaf clover and
근데 형 진짜 오랫동안 열심히 형이 혼자 고군분투 했으니까
아유 다 우리 멤버들 지금 없으니까 또 저라도 열심히 해야 이제 둘이 나왔으니까 둘이 또 열심히 해야
내일 또 둘 나오니까.
아 그쵸. 그럼 넷이서 열심히 해야.
photo booth. Shower you in lavender lace bouquets and red balloons. Yeah, it's all I wanna do. Close to you ain't close enough, feels miles away. It only counts in horseshoes and
믿고 있겠습니다.
아 형 진짜 저 형을 믿으세요. 형 진짜 형 이제 두 발 뻗고 주무셔야 돼.
원래 두 발 뻗고 자요.
아 그래? 이제 저희가 할게요 이제.
두 발 뻗고 자는 걸?
아니 우리가 이제 열일을
think I just found my lucky charm. Twist on the right kind of shooting star down to earth. It's such an irony. Guess that's why
오케이 믿고 있죠. 야 너네 몸 너무 좋아졌다.
think I just found my lucky charm. Twist on
야 이제 너네랑 싸우면 맞는 거 아니냐?
진짜 질걸요?
나도 그렇게 생각해.
형, 저 진짜 무서운 것 같다 했어요.
우리 사이좋게 지내자.
Found a four-leaf clover in a field of dreams. Swear I'll never leave her, baby. You'll be mine and I'll be yours. Finders, keepers, think I'll keep her. Kiss you on the cheek in the photo booth. Shower you in lavender lace bouquets and red balloons. Yeah, it's all I wanna do. Close to you ain't close enough, feels miles away. It only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
아 맞다, 이걸 안 줬다. 아 이거 들고 왔는데.
아니 형 그거 형 그거.
Think I just found my lucky charm. Twist on the right kind of shooting star. Down to earth, it's such an irony. Guess that's why
축하해. 야 호비는 안 왔지?
거기 아까 왔다 가서 형이랑 다르게
저
지금
호비 형이 형 왜 안 오냐고 했어.
나는 지금 깜짝 해주려고 한 거야.
finders, keepers, think I'll keep her.
Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling.
When I left, I didn't mean it. Got me driving around town. Church Street and Avenida, where we used to get down. Every time I see that light, where we used to wait for days. Get caught up in these thoughts,
Wishing that we still
wait, but I can't bring it back. You know that's just changed. The moment has passed, but I still feel the same. So is it really too late? Really too late? 'Cause I wish I could say, wish I could say.
Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling.
Glue to a story. Baby, don't rip me out. Baby, don't tear me down. No, glue to a story. So put me in the crowd. Let me be lost and found, babe.
Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling.
Glue to a story. Baby, don't rip me out. Baby, don't tear me down. No, glue to a story. So put me in the crowd. Let me be lost and found, babe. Keep me by your side, on your arm like a timepiece. Put it on your neck, BBS, make it icy. I can be the one, baby, so have some fun, baby. Yeah, I was dumb, baby, but now that's done, baby.
Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you, darling. Hold on, cause I'm right here. Cause I'm right here. Girl, I'ma stick with you. Yeah, I'ma stick with you.
Saw you in the rain, and suddenly everything was fire right inside of me. I could not believe. I thought about your name, now it's certain that I want it all eternity. with you next to me. Yo quiero sorprenderte, mostrarte el mundo que te daría si me miras, enamorarte lentamente y con solo recorrerte, poner tus labios en mis labios, tomar tu mano y sujetarte suavemente. Aquí estaré, ya te encontré. Yeah, yeah. Aquí estaré, ya te encontré. Yeah, yeah. Solo quédate esta vez. Yeah. Quisiera explorarte, en un momento atarte a mi vida. Acércate. No puedo olvidar cuando bailábamos aquella vez. Que el tiempo se nos fue. Wish I could do it all again. Feels I can't forget ya. Underneath my skin, yeah. Swear I could do better, better. Yo quiero sorprenderte, mostrarte el mundo que te daría si me miras, enamorarte lentamente y con solo recorrerte, poner tus labios en mis labios, tomar tu mano y sujetarte suavemente. Aquí estaré, ya te encontré. Yeah, yeah. Solo quédate esta vez. Yeah. Quisiera explorarte, en un momento atarte a mi vida. Acércate. No puedo olvidar cuando bailábamos aquella vez. Que el tiempo se nos fue. Wish I could do it all again. Feels I can't forget ya. Underneath my skin, yeah. Swear I could do better, better. Yo quiero sorprenderte, mostrarte el mundo que te daría si me miras, enamorarte lentamente y con solo recorrerte, poner tus labios en mis labios, tomar tu mano y sujetarte suavemente. Aquí estaré, ya te encontré. Yeah, yeah. Solo quédate esta vez. Yeah. Daría todo lo que tengo para dar y un poco más. Te lo debo confesar con toda sinceridad. Siento que tengo tantas cosas que se deben reparar. No sé por dónde empezar o si llegué a terminar, pero contigo siento que recupero aliento. Agua en el desierto que me quita la inseguridad. Feels I can't forget ya. Underneath my skin, yeah. Swear I could do better, better. Yo quiero sorprenderte, mostrarte el mundo que te daría